Hello, air signs. So we are going to be doing the air signs now. So just got to tweak a couple of things, wait for a couple of people to be in here, and then we're going to do air signs. Like I literally just said. So what happens now is what I'm going to do. If you didn't catch the all signs reading, we are going to give a little bit time during Christmas. We're going to do different signs. Okay, so air signs, fire signs, earth signs. So make sure that you've hit the like button and everything else, and so you get notified when I go live. Okay. And then if you want star signs specific, you can join the join button below for your tarot readings. Obviously, this is still remote viewing channel, but because it's Christmas and everybody's like, can you do readings still? Because I missed the readings. Okay, if you want star sign ones, then you're going to have to join the join button. But if you're okay with just air signs, earth signs and stuff, then you're okay and we're good to go. So hopefully there's someone in the chat just to make sure that we are live. So air signs. Hello again. Long time no see. How you doing? Let's see. So, air signs. What can air signs expect coming up for air signs? Air signs. So, married with children. There is a possibility of a relationship if it's new. If it's somebody new, this is thinking about someone, well, thinking about a relationship with someone. Air signs. Hello, hello. So, if not, this is already married with children. Okay. So let's see. But this is a new person that I'm thinking about, hopefully, about a marriage or a commitment or a long-standing relationship. Let's see for air signs. So we've got the world, maybe someone overseas, someone that I have to travel to or communicate with online. So it can be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, dating websites. But it's someone that's out far that I'm possibly thinking about communicating with. Or the name Kate or Cat. Could be Leo energy-ish. Or a fish, Pisces. Let's see. Air signs. What can they expect coming up, please, for air signs? Communication. Ooh. Communications and plans of travelling. Maybe towards this person. So I don't know how far the world is of a distance that you'd have to do to get there. Hello, welcome to the chat. So if you are in a third party, this is overseas, but they can't get over their baby mama of who they had children with, and this is them going back to their ex-husband or wife. That makes the world, which is a 3, a third energy. This is communicating with the past. If it isn't, and it's someone new that comes up this week, okay, it's communication online, talking to them about a long distance or a short distance relationship. And these are like soulmate energies here. Okay. So let's see. If it isn't, this is just a thinking energy. Thinking. Because it doesn't have action, it just thinks. So let's see. Air signs this week. So, ooh, Aquarius, there you go. And the Queen of Cups. So if you are single, there's someone there. There is someone. I'll be there. I'll be there. Whenever you need me, I'll be there. Just look over your shoulder, air signs. Ooh, I'll be there. I'll be there. Whenever you need me, I'll be there. So, is this Michael or Jackson or Julian or Jason? Or is it a friend? Because it's kind of like, well, I'll be there whenever you need me. Okay. Hello, Mayhem. So this should be a new person. If it isn't, you're already committed, you're already with someone, you're already married, and everything's going really well this week. Sorry if I'm rolling cigarettes online, but I don't give a shit. So this is a potential new partner or an existing one that I'm with. Now, if you're cross-watching, a karmic ex of what you call it, they're with this person already. And things are going well with them. Okay, they're having a very good week. Okay, which is probably what you don't want to hear if you are okay to accept trauma bond. So just to go over it, if you cross-watch, it means that you're going to say they're with their karmic. And I'm hoping that I could also have a karmic person, which means that I'm accepting a trauma bond into my life the moment that they finish. Right? So you'll get a trauma bond. And then that'll turn out karmic. So, hello, how you doing, Ruby? Ruby. Oh. So this should be either a couple that are already together and they're getting on really well. Okay, could be a friend of yours. Or it's a possible thought about a new person. We are on air signs. It says it on the thumbnail. I'm not doing like each individual sign through air signs. It's just an air sign. Okay. If you want them specifically, like Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, then you'll need to join the join button, and that's where I do star sign specific. Okay. This channel is based around. It's based around. Let me just see. Remote viewing. Whenever you need me, I'll be there. I'll be there. So basically, if it really relates to you, then it's relating to you, okay? So let's see for air signs. Air signs. Yeah, we are on a live. This is live. Okay, but we're doing live signs of elements, basically. So like earth, air, water, fire. But if you want them specifically to air signs, you'll need to join the join button. So let's see for air signs. So 3 of Swords, yeah. So someone could be possibly cross-watching, maybe waiting or maybe hoping that these people possibly split up. If you're not affected, this is just a past energy. This is the actual couple going through a loop. They're looping. Okay, so they're going through an abandonment cycle because the trust would be gone because you've got a major arcana 5. Because the trust is gone, okay, you can't learn anything other than abandonment from the person that originally abandoned you. So you go through a loop of abandonment, right? Because of that, this means the trust is broken and basically one of them is standing on eggshells around the other one because they believe that they may be still contacting their ex-husband or wife that they had children with. So when they go to visit their children, okay, and the person leaves the partner that they're with, if they were married to another person, the reflection of the mirror is that when they leave the female that's with them, they go to visit their possible children. If they can't get over their ex and they've tried to reconcile with their ex at different times, that's broken the trust of this female. That could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, maybe life path 4, 3, or 7. She is worried that in the future, he can't forget his ex-wife that was children. Every time he contacts his children, he possibly tries to reconcile with his wife. That makes this reading then where it's like, I'm just waiting for the inevitable to possibly happen yet again. Okay. Thank you for the first time watching you live. Cheers. No worries. Thank you. So let me just quickly go over that again, right? Because this is actually really good here. But the way this third party comes into play if these people are presently in a relationship, is as that one got married at some point and they had children. Because they feel as if they were a failure to their marriage, they picked up the energy of abandonment, that they gave up on their marriage and that it failed. So because of that, the energy of abandonment and that ingrained subconscious memory of being abandoned by their wife or husband is ingrained into their abandonment loop. When another person connected to this one and either one got married again or ended up in a relationship with this person, they fear the fact that this is going to happen again because the trust and the bond is broken. The loop happens where the female starts to fear that when he goes off to talk to his kids or possibly reconcile with his ex-husband or wife, if that's happened once in the past, this third energy, the female is in the third energy that's actually with the person because he's contacting possibly his ex. Does that sound like any of your stories or not at all? Someone here from Britain? Anybody in the UK? Anybody in the UK? Anybody in the UK? Anybody in the UK? Doo-doo-doo. Anybody in the UK? Belfast, eh? In Belfast. Australia. Lancaster. Okay. Yeah, I know of Lancaster. El Paso TX. I'm not sure where that is. California. Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Let's see. So, air signs. So, 7 of Cups, yeah. You see, somebody has options and choices. Well, they don't. They're still connected to their ex-husband or wife. So what you've got is you've got a female that's with this person. Okay. Their trauma bond started and their loop started when they either one got married to this person that was previously married, or they just went into a relationship with this person. The trauma bond that separates off into multiple different people are the two people that were originally married at the beginning. When they were married at the beginning, because of that, my marriage failed and I feel like a failure. That energy is carried karmically into a new relationship. If that has happened before, where you're like, okay, I'm married to this person, but he keeps contacting his wife, his ex-wife that he had children with, and he feels like he needs to repair the situation from the past. He can't move on from the past. You connected with the person, but because the trust has been broken, Major Arcana 5, you start looping, right? And then you get left out and you inadvertently kind of put you in a third party. Because the guy, say if it's a man, can't get over his wife. And he can't get over the fact that his children may not want anything to do with him. So he has to constantly repair or feel like he needs to repair the broken energy. So because he does, he feels broken. A broken man, right? So you're connecting with a broken energy, not a fixed one. So inadvertently what they do is they use you as a safety net, right? I can't physically feel the energy of abandonment. I need to be with someone all the time because I can't feel alone. Because I abandoned my wife and they abandoned me and we split up. Because that's deep set into my karmic energy. I can't feel alone, so I have to be with someone. So I can't let go of either of you. And the way you break a trauma bond is by the female possibly realizing that I have to leave on my own accord. To break a cord, you leave on your own accord, right? So it means that I love myself enough to walk away from you because I realize nothing's going to change. It doesn't matter what you say or what you do or what the proof is. The proof has already been shown to me, the fact that I love myself enough to quit, gone, not going back. I'm strong enough to resist you when you come back and apologize and say, I'm sorry, sweetheart. Can we get back together? You're for my ever twat flame. We're supposed to be together. Right? And then you get into the Seven of Cups. Oh, okay, I'm influenced by you and you're influencing me to go back. Yeah, I'll go back. Right? And then you fail because of the failed energy. Right? It's teaching you that, to make you feel like you're a failure, that you can't fix the marriage. Right? If you're married to a person that was already married, if they've got abandonment issues and they feel like that they can't fix their marriage and they constantly do that, they feel like a failure. That's why inadvertently as a mirror, you feel like a failure, that you can't save your marriage. So it's like, well, I need to be loyal to my husband because I need to fix my marriage. So I'm going to go back and fix my marriage to the person that's broken that can't fix their other one. So you end up as the third party and then you get influenced going back. Right. So inadvertently, the female does have two men. She possibly has someone out there that's just metaphysical, right? But no contact, no talking, metaphysical, just there, but not in the physical. She may come under the illusion that she still has that option. But if there's been no contact for a while and the other metaphysical connection is just left and gone and is not thinking about that, she's now thinking, well, I'm stuck now because I don't have another option at all. The only option that I have is just to wait and hope that things change, but they don't. Right? So, let's see, air signs. So single, in the death card. Some of you are actually with this person, but you feel single. You actually just feel left out, which is kind of like that energy of like, well, I might as well be single. If I feel single, I might as well be. Right? I might as well be single if I am not with you half the time. You're concentrating on fixing that, then why the hell am I with you? Because the Hierophant always says, if you look at it, the Hierophant stands in the front of the death card to say that someone's trying to put a stop to the marriage or the commitment. But it means also someone can't get over the ending of their old marriage, right? Their old marriage. So because they can't get over their old marriage, they keep ending cycles, but just beginning them again and looping and looping and looping and going over it and going over it and going over it of like an ending and a beginning and a beginning and an ending. And it doesn't end until, like I said, one of them that never ends it, that decides to end it themselves. They leave for themselves. They don't leave because it's like, well, I need to fix my marriage and my tradition and all of that shit. Right. They decide I'm leaving on my own accord because I actually don't love you anymore. I fell out of love with you. I fell out of love with you. We've done this way too many times for me to realize that's not what love is. Love is self-love. So I have to leave for myself, not because you've cheated on me or you've manipulated on me or that I need to find out what you've been doing or not doing. I realize that there's something better out there for me, but I need to be single first. Okay, to be able to get over the traumatic energy of the bond. Right? So if you're like cross-watchers and you cross-watch, that means that when people say, well, they're with their karmic and I want them, that means that you're letting spirit know that you're well all right with a trauma bond. You're expecting them to leave that person and come back to you with open arms and you're like, yep, I'll have you. So you're a safety net of a person with a trauma bond. So the chances are that that trauma bond continues with you, right? And then you go through another failed relationship, right? You have to understand about trauma bonds and you have to understand about what you're willing to accept from someone when you meet them. If you've ever gone through any kind of cycle, even once, really, with a person that is constantly abandon you, they're teaching you abandonment, right? If you're not accepting of abandonment and you've moved on completely and utterly, okay, you've understood about abandonment. You have to be okay with it. You have to feel good about it, okay, because you've understood it. Someone can't hurt you by abandoning you. So that means you've got the lesson, right? I don't know. I don't watch the telly. What do you call this? It's on the television, isn't it? If you watch too much TV, what is this? It's on your television. Or it's on your phone, which is the television. So what are you watching? Television? I'm not sure if some of these people are being weird or strange or what. Look who's talking. Who's that? What are you on about? YouTube is not TV. It's not television. Right, so what does a television do? It tells your vision something. You're listening to it. So you're watching a television. I'm looking at my television. I can put this on my TV. It's not television? How is that? Well, I don't get it. YouTube is not a television. It's more of a television than anybody else. You think that people are not on here and have adverts and try to make money? How is that not a television? What does TV do? They have adverts and they make money, right? So what do people do on YouTube? They have adverts and they make money. So it's television. You're watching it. According to YouTube, you put quite a few out yourself. People copy all day. So do you think then that when people do YouTube and they say, I'm hearing, how do they pick that up? Because they listen to other people say, I'm hearing. When they say spirit wants you to know, where are they picking that up? Other people. They watch it, so they pick up the same thing. You'll see readers doing exactly the same thing as other ones. I'm hearing, I'm picking up from. The Page of Pentacles. The Two of Cups. Some of you have got a new person at a distance that you're thinking about that is a Two of Cups person. Okay. Here we go. Kids act like snobs. So where do children pick up bad behaviour? Have you got children? Do you send them to school? So when you send children to school, who do they hang around with? Children. So where do they pick up childish behaviour from? Children. What do adults act like? Children. So where do they pick up childish stuff from? We're governed by it because people have to go to school. When they go to school, they pick up very bad behaviours of abandonment because they feel like they don't fit in, because they need the latest this and they need the latest that. Doesn't matter whether you're watching a TV or not, you're watching life. It mimics itself. Don't get me started. So a new person with a Two of Cups that is at a distance, possibly for a lot of you here. But again, it's someone that does keep traveling to see their children. They go back to their ex energy, which is a Two of Cups. So, like I said, if someone was married and they had children, that person, through Libra energy of the Two of Cups, got divorced. So they got divorced, but they're still connected because of their children. If that person has a deep-seated Two of Cups with an ex energy, that's where they keep traveling back to whilst in a partnership. So they're married, for instance, right? So they're in a marriage, they're in a commitment, but because the Two of Cups is a minor arcana of Libra, they got divorced. Because they got divorced, they still have that connection. Now, if you're like, well, Steve, I'm in this third party because my husband keeps going back off to try and save his marriage, it's because he still feels a very strong bond with them. And he also feels a very strong bond with his children. If you are jealous of a husband that goes to like fix his children, but you don't trust him because you think that the ex-wife is going to get a clause into him because of money or because of, I don't know, influence him back into bed or whatever, and you don't trust him through any of that, that is exactly what that is telling me. Right? It's not a lot of you that are in metaphysical energy, it's the couple that are in a metaphysical one with either the wife or the husband that keep trying to reconcile to fix the energy of a trauma bond that they can't forget. So if you've gone over it a few times, right, if you've looped a few times with this same energy, that same thing is going to keep showing itself up and up and up and up and up, right? Right. I've had enough for know-it-alls. Right. Also, tell you what I don't want as well that really fucking annoys me is when people come in here and they start like sending messages like, I'm channeling off your channel. Get your own. I find it very disrespectful. Okay. Sending weird messages through the chat of saying, oh, I'm just channeling. I get it all the bloody time. So let's see. What is the Hierophant? So yeah, talking to the wife and the person as well as the other. As well as the other. It's a mirrored image of both. He's talking to his ex and he's also talking to the present. Right? So in the future, you get a third energy. What's the world here for? The world. Some of you really could be open to meeting a new person because there's a lot of new energy here. This can just simply be a Two of Cups at a distance, new person, Page of Pentacles. It just takes someone to reach out and talk. You bond of about a commitment and an actual relationship. Hopefully it's both. Hopefully it's like granted of both what you want. And then you get a relationship with someone and you start as you mean to go on with the Knight of Pentacles, right? So what's the Eight of Wands? So the Eight of Wands is where someone is now deciding between the new and the old. The new and the old. This person has to think about what they're going to say whilst they've been gone over here. If I decide to come back to you as well, I've got to decide whether I'm going to tell you the truth or whether I'm going to lie. Right? Because if this person questions the one that's gone off, they'll question them, but they'll think, well, what do I do? Tell the truth or do I lie? Just because it's a pentacle, it doesn't mean it means true or false, yes or no. Right? So they're deciding whether they should communicate with which one and tell them which lie do I tell or what do I say. Now, if any of you are on the new timeline and you do come across a new person, this is just deciding what to do with the connection that you've got and the communication that you pick up. You just start communicating and then you start thinking, how can I organize my life around this person? Right? What is the star? Why is the star here? So the star is a Meg Ryan energy. So when I was learning tarot when I was a little boy, this meant Meg Ryan of a mistress. It means a mistress. So it means the baby mama, okay, as well. The other person. That's why it's a 3, right? So it can be where someone keeps going back to their baby mama, but they also keep going back to the person as well. They got 2 people, right? So what's the Queen of Cups? So some of you are a choice. What is the Queen of Cups? Because the Empress can be oblivious. Yeah, she thinks that she's... There's 2 women. There's 2 women. There's same-sex stuff here as well. But there is like 2 women. It can be the same one that's just turning a blind eye to this, right? Trying not to pay attention and try to avoid the truth, right? Accepting things the way that they are by just staying there. What's the 3 of Swords for the air signs? Why is the 3 of Swords here? Yeah, ignoring. 5 of Swords. Ignoring. So you get the King of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles that's connected to another woman. Yeah, it's got 2 counterparts. 2 counterparts. Because the trauma bond with the children as well. And the Page of Wands is where it can also be I'm not speaking to you and I'm not talking to you. But it can also be I'm avoiding the truth because I don't trust you. But it should be a breakup. It should be I'm breaking up with you because I don't trust you. The trust issues are floating all the way through this reading here. What is the 7 of Pentacles? 2 again. Yeah, 10. A lot of Libra energy is here. It's over, but it's up to someone if they want to continue to replay it again. Replay it. Because even if you're energetically waiting on an answer, you're still kind of sort of in that. What's the 7 of Cups? Libra energy. 6 of Cups, marriage. So marriage, someone's already in a relationship. That's weird. Why is the King of Pentacles here for? Someone at a distance. You got a lot of good energy with a lot of mixed up stuff because some of you really could meet a new person here. Like you could come across someone new. These are just external energies of stuff going on. What is this 9 of Pentacles? 5. Yeah, the female that's the female that is with someone, she feels abandoned. She's looking for validation, like, I want you to see that I'm pretty or notice the fact that I'm putting in the effort to myself. And this is what some people can do. They start to lose loads of weight and try to make themselves fit and look beautiful. So the person notices that female more than the other female. Some people can do that quite a lot. Like, you know, I need to go to the gym and I need to get a six pack and I need to do my hair and I need to make myself look pretty. So I'm attractive to him. So he wants me more than her. Some people go through those very bad abandonment loops there. Okay. Because this does mean health. Okay. Beauty and health and validation. And I want to take a picture of myself and, you know, make me, you know, look as if I'm beautiful and notice my worth. Right. But you get it coupled with a Five of Pentacles. And it means, so I'm doing it not because of myself. I'm doing it because I feel lonely and on my own and I want someone to notice me. Right. And that's possibly the female that could well be with the other person that's made her feel like she's a failure because of the failed marriage and the commitment. Because she's picking up that energy of abandoned and feeling like I'm a failure and I'm not attractive enough or I'm not good enough for you and that you always want someone else, it makes my health bad and I start to, you know, I mean, like post a lot of photographs up of me being happy or of myself when I'm actually not, you know. Make people believe that everything's okay when it isn't. A lot of validation, a lot of photographs. Hello again, I am Limitless. What's the death card for? I am Limitless. I think I just checked out your channel. I think it was you walking in New York, right? Girl, you got it going on. What's the death card for? King of Swords. Wow. I mean, there's a lot of crazy energy here between, because I mean, it is just split between all air signs, but you do have some like very good cards amongst some cards that are like difficult. So like just put yourself into categories, right? Are you actually dealing with anyone? Are you completely moved on altogether? Right? Sorry, Limitless. No, not that one. Sorry. Must have been something else. But yeah, some of you have got someone new. Someone new. Because you do have a lot of this single, right, new energy here relationship, but some of you at the same time, it's just this person that just keeps coming back, but someone keeps accepting to go back to that. It's like a septic tank. Right? It just takes one phone call and I run back like Cinderella, right? Completely single Gemini. Where are you from, Maddie? I think you said Madry. I think you said that you were from Australia. God, can you remember when I met someone in Australia and I went over to Australia to meet the person? Wow. Good old Putchie. Oh. Maddie. But yeah, there is new energy here. There is new energy here. Because there's like distance, it's like talking. The world is like plans of traveling or talking, deciding to plan or travel. And then you've got like a Pisces and Aquarian energy. And then you've got like success. But then if you guys are not single and you are like you are still dealing or you're married or you're waiting on that person, they're still looping around with the X energy, kind of going through it. From Australia. Yeah, I met someone in Australia a long time ago when I was going through all my traumatic bonding, friggin' twat flame stuff. And I get over there, man, and she's an absolute lunatic. Absolute lunatic. The day that I was supposed to go over there, she unblocked a long-time ex on a email and started talking and crying and fucking spatting, but didn't tell me that until I got there, that she was communicating with her ex again. And when I got there, she just absolutely flipped out. She went absolutely bizarre and abandoned me in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of Australia, and told me to get out the car and just fend for myself. Like, I should have phoned the police on her. That's what I should have done, because she was my legal guardian in a country that I had literally no business being in. So instead of like her taking me to the airport, I think I even offered her to pay her $500 to take me to the airport. And she wouldn't even do that. She just got me in the car, started screaming at me, and because I weren't listening to her, in a mood, she just screeched the brakes on and told me to get out. And I was like, what the hell? Not a great reputation, no. But when I was in Australia, when I finally did get to the airport, I had access to my phone, my cards, my money. My mobile phone worked, taxis, accommodation. So I just booked a hotel for the rest of the week until my flight was. And I had a whale of a time, man. I was just on my own searching around Australia. I was giving readings to people that were in the B&B, like, that were all just booked hotels. They're like, oh, can I have a reading? I'm like, yeah, it's $50. I'm like, great, let's have another. Okay. So I actually earned loads of money. And I was sat in the hotel getting pissed up, as you Brits do. Yeah. Yeah, she still watches this channel today. This was like, God, this was years ago. She popped up now and again because I was talking about her and threatened me. How dare you talk about me? I abandoned you. No, I didn't. I just dropped you off in the middle of nowhere. What? That is physically kicking someone out. Like, how could you do that to someone that goes into your country and they don't know anywhere or nothing? I hadn't been on holiday or anywhere on my own, never. So it was a big thing for me to go to like Australia. And God, man, it really sort of put me off going to different countries, like to meet people on my own. I think I should have been more prepared, really. Yeah, you know what us Brits do. Well, they say, when in Rome, act like the Romans. But yeah, for a lot of you air signs here, you could really have someone new. It depends if you're reaching out, right? You obviously only reach out to people that you're not going to get a trauma bond with, right? You don't want people that are going to offer you trauma bonds, right? Because women, they look for longevity. Stable men, that's what they look for as well. Stable guys, they look for longevity. So they're not going to be karmic X, or I've got an X, or I'm fucking in between this, or I'm in between that, and all of that sort of stuff, right? And that's pretty much what you do and what you find out when you're talking to the person. You kind of complement each other, really. You don't find disagreements. You don't find resistance. I'm literally in Rome. When in Rome, act like the Romans. Hi, Steve. I'm Claire. Aries from the UK. Portsmouth. Oh, well, Portsmouth. Yeah, Portsmouth's not that far, really, from me. I wanted to know if my Gemini ex, there you go, you find an English person and they're dealing with their ex, will return even though he ran off with a Capricorn. Why? Why? Why are you okay with a trauma bond? UK person, come on, represent UK. Why do you need to know that? right, Claire, with an Aries from the UK, Portsmouth area, and wanted to know if my Gemini ex will return, even though he ran off with a Capricorn. So if he does return, what's your answer going to be? Because I can tell you right from now, if you accept him back and he does come back, it'll fail. 100%. I don't even need a card to know it. That's a trauma bond. You will go back, you see, yeah, you would. So it won't work. It's guaranteed to fail. You're dealing with a karmic energy. That's just a piece of advice from me. Because of your own trauma bond, Claire, that's why you will accept a trauma bond. Right? Because you'll cross-watch and you'll hope that two people split up and that they'll come back to you, and your loving arms of what you say to Spirit is, it's okay, Spirit, I am the safety net, I will accept this person back as a trauma bond. If that happens again, you can't blame anyone but yourself, because you're accepting of people that will treat you that way. Why would you do that to yourself? I don't want no trauma bonds in my life. Not at all, right? I want someone that's going to stay around, that's not going to fuck off, right? This is what I don't get, right? Every time in my past when I've met women, oh my word, can they just not bloody move on from an ex? I don't think you guys know what a really decent guy is. Like, I don't know if you know what, like, being with a really decent guy is about, right? How it works. Like, I don't. Yeah, but like, how do you love yourself? You don't chase, that's for sure. And you definitely shouldn't be intrigued about past energies. Shouldn't be intrigued or even pay any attention to past energies. People that left you, people that manipulated you, people that abandoned you, and people that are ghosted. You're not supposed to feel sorry and want them back. Okay, you leave on your own accord and you're good with it. And you don't chase. You definitely don't cross-watch. What it feels like to be a decent guy. Relaxing. Calm and peaceful. But again, someone that no one really notices. We kind of, we get left out because there are so many females, not always, but because I'm a guy, that's the kind of direction I would look in. Because there are so many females out there dealing with trauma bonds, they like trauma bonds. So they go towards trauma bonding, right? So not longevity. So they go towards that. And then the people that don't offer trauma bonds, they don't want. I'm not lying. It's pretty much the way it works. That's the way the world works. So let's see. So air signs. Any advice for air signs? Any advice for air signs? So, obsessive thoughts. There you go. So some of you are obsessed over the karmic energy that treats you this way. Some of you. Because the female that wouldn't leave the connection is also obsessed about the person. They have a deep-seated obsession, right? So they're obsessed about the guy that keeps going off with other people because it doesn't pay her any attention. Right? So I have to seek approval and seek attention and seek validation for you to notice me. Right? Because I don't know what love is. So I have an obsession. Right? Because this is how you find her. You fix her. No, I don't want to fix her up. There's no way I want someone in my life that I have to fix. Fuck no. No. Definitely don't want anyone that I've got to fix. And I don't want anyone that thinks they can fix me either. Right? I don't want that. Let's see. Air signs. Intentions are good. Well, like I said, you do have an energy that has good intentions. Right? But you could say, well, that's me that has good intentions, and I'm obsessed about the person because I'm good, she's bad. He's not supposed to be with her because she's the bad one. I'm the good one. Hope he chooses me. No. Let's see. Because your intentions that are good will soon turn bad, right? Air signs. Trying to block out this connection. Yes, but the time is not right yet. Oh, God. This connection will get stronger. Right. So when you're connected into a trauma bond, that gets stronger and stronger and stronger because you have to prove your worth of leaving. So the energy of not loving yourself gets worse and worse and worse. So the energy gets karmically stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger because you have to prove your worth. You have to try harder to leave on your own accord, to love yourself even more because you hate yourself even more. So the karmic energy gets stronger and stronger, which is harder for you to leave because there are more obstacles in the way, which means marriage, children, money, car, not having any money, can't leave, got nowhere to go, right? Loads of obstacles. That convinces a person to just stay longer, right? So external energy makes it stronger, and the actual connection between the karmic energy gets stronger and stronger and stronger. So the people that are obsessed on the outset, that cross-watch, their energy also gets stronger and stronger and stronger because they obviously don't love themselves either because they're not strong enough to pull away from the energy. So they'll cross-watch expecting, well, I'm okay with everyone to come back and just treat me like a sap. Right? Because I'm okay with that and I'm here to protect you and it's her fault, I get dragged into all of this and it becomes stronger for me because I can't leave either. And that is where the trine continues on and on and on and on and on and on until you're strong enough to move away from the energy. Feel like being okay with it. You're not obsessed about them anymore, right? Stored in the body, it goes around the nervous system. There isn't a gland that holds feelings. It's your mind. It's just your nervous system. It's the way your body reacts to the drugs that are making you feel something. So, does this relate to anybody? Anybody finding any kind of resonance to it? Someone's at my door. Just give me a sec. Oh. Sorry. Yeah, I'm all right. You what? Nothing. No, nothing. Nothing. Sorry, guys. I just had an Amazon delivery of boxer shorts. Briefs, that's what we call it in the UK. Pants. Undergarments. What am I smoking? Oh, just this. Smoking kills. Golden Virginia. Roll my cigarettes. Yeah, I'll just do it by hand. This is, do you know how much this is? Like, this one actually isn't from the shop, so I have to be very careful about what I'm saying here. But if you to buy 50 grams, right, from the shop, how much would you say that this is in pounds? Great British pounds. This 50-gram pouch that would probably last you about a week, and I smoke quite a lot, is £45. Alexa, how much is £45 in American dollars?
Good afternoon, Stephen. £45 is about $59 US and 59 cents.
So about $60. Alexa, stop. $60. $60 is what this costs. It's about a week's worth of tobacco. And if you're in Australia, that'll be more, yeah. Cigs here in US are about $14. Oh my God, what, for 20 cigarettes? Wow. It's about £25 a packet of cigarettes in the UK. Yeah, what can be cheaper? If I bring all my money to the UK, to America, I think I'd live like a king. Holy shit. The best place to go is Spain. It's very cheap over in Spain. Oh, you can live, if you've got savings and you've got money and you live in, if you go to Spain, oh my word, you can live like a king. 20-pack of tailor-mades here in Australia are the only thing we can get, and that's 45. Yeah, I can remember when I went to Australia, it's like, I kept thinking that everything was extremely expensive, but then when it converted into pounds, it wasn't as much. Yeah. Go to the Philippines, yeah. I mean, to be fair, a lot of British people are kind of packing up. People that have got a lot of money and that can, they're packing up and they're moving. Like, I have my own house, so like this is a 4-bedroom house that will eventually be mine. There's no one in my family left, so I have a lot of tangible things that are kind of here that I don't really want to leave behind. Vape liquid, yeah. Oh yeah, we used to get like 15 grams or 30 grams. We can't buy that anymore. We can get pack of 10 cigarettes, I think, and 20. But if you're in the UK and you know the right people, we live right near France. And France, it's all extremely cheap. And people bring it into the country, obviously. And you buy cheap tobacco for 20. So what is normally 45 is only 20. But it depends on who you know. Contraband is normally what you call it. Hello, how you doing? Good morning. We actually get a lot of the Muslims that come over here, and they run the one-stop shops. Actually, if you go into there, they're actually selling contraband tobacco in an actual shop. So there we go, air signs. Hello, with the algorithm. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Yeah, so again, if any of you want star sign specific, where I go over couples and then I go over singles, so I do like a dynamic energy of a spread, and then after that I do a single spread, and then I see if the singles are meeting anyone new or if they're connected somehow with the old. If there's a third party, I have a good way of like figuring out who's who. And that's what you get over on the join button, and that is literally $4 for you to join. Oh God, it's midnight. Oh my word. Yeah, it's 2 o'clock. I think I'm going to go out the boozer and have a drink. See some of the old fogies and have a word with them. Sit there and do the crossword on the paper. Right, so you've got your air signs that came out a little while ago. Oh no, all signs, and now you've got your air signs. Okay. So, okay, guys, thanks very much. Really do appreciate it. Hopefully, you join the join button, and I will see you soon.